The forbidden truth, why Aaron really made the golden calf. Moses was gone for a long time and the Israelites were getting a little restless. Let's be honest here. You know how it is when someone is late returning from the store with your favorite snack. Now imagine they've been gone for 40 days and 40 nights. That's what was happening in Exodus chapter 32. The people asked Aaron to make them gods to go before them, and he made an idol in the form of a calf. But there's more to this story than meets the eye. And today we're going to expose the forbidden truth about the golden calf. Let's get into it. Number 1. Moses' rage unleashed. The violent moment God almost wiped out Israel. Imagine this. You re-strolling through the camp of Israel, and suddenly you come across something that makes your blood boil. What do you see? A massive crowd gathered around a golden calf that they've made their god. Picture the rage that must have filled Moses at that very moment. But how did this scene unfold, and what was God's reaction? Well, let me tell you. When Moses came down the mountain with the 2 tablets of stone and saw the golden calf idol and the people dancing around it, his heart broke. To him, this wasn't just a piece of metal. It was a symbol of the people turning away from God, the one who had done wonders like parting the Red Sea just so they could leave Egypt. Can you imagine? Moses' pain at witnessing this betrayal of everything they'd experienced. His anger was no ordinary anger. It was the righteous anger of a man who loved his people and wanted them to follow the true God. So what did Moses do? He smashed those tablets to pieces, symbolizing the broken covenant between God and the people. Then he looked out over the sea of people and let out a powerful shout. It was a shout of anguish, of disappointment, and of warning. In that moment, Moses became a vessel of God's anger, calling out to the people to turn back to the Lord. But did they listen? No, they didn't. Instead, they clung tighter to their golden calf, their eyes fixed on the idol they had created. This enraged God so much that he decided to wipe out the entire nation of Israel, leaving only Moses to carry on his mission. Now that's a serious message. Do and mess with Moses or God because they are forces to be reckoned with when it comes to protecting their people and their covenant? Number 2, Egypt's curse in disguise. The golden calf wasn't just a statue. Exodus 32 tells the story of the golden calf in all its glory, or rather shame. But there's a lot more to this golden calf than meets the eye. You see, when the Israelites left Egypt, they didn't just abandon their journey towards freedom and faith. They also left behind centuries of Egyptian culture, including their love for idols. And let's not forget the curse that Pharaoh placed on them. Remember that after God hardened Pharaoh's heart, he kept tormenting Moses and the Israelites, threatening to kill them if they didn't leave Egypt. There's a reason why Pharaoh cursed them in this way.
In ancient Egypt, the pharaoh was considered a god on earth.
By making a statue in the likeness of a god, the Israelites were seen as creating an image of a deity in the same form as their pharaoh. This was a double insult for the Egyptians and a clear violation of their beliefs and traditions. In other words, the golden calf represented everything the Israelites were supposed to stay away from, making it a dangerous symbol of their past lives. And when God saw the golden calf, he was deeply disappointed. For the people he had delivered from slavery were now bowing down to an idol just like the Egyptians. God was not pleased. It was a heartbreaking moment when the full weight of their actions hit him. Their choice to worship an idol was not just a religious error, but a betrayal of everything they had endured and learned along their journey. This led to God deciding to destroy the Israelites, except for Moses, who pleaded for forgiveness and understanding. So there you have it. The golden calf was more than just a statue. It was a curse from their past, a test of their faith, and a reminder of the long road ahead to truly worshiping the one true God. Number 3, 3,000. Lives lost, the bloody price of idolatry nobody talks about. Have you ever wondered why there's so little talk about the golden calf in modern times? Well, it might be because many Christians feel uncomfortable discussing the darker aspects of the Old Testament, especially when it comes to God's judgment. They focus on God's love and mercy, which are indeed important themes in Christianity. However, ignoring the consequences of sin can lead to misunderstandings and even false teachings. If we don't acknowledge the Old Testament account of thousands dying for idolatry, it sends the message that such actions won't have any serious repercussions. This couldn't be further from the truth. We should remember that God takes sin seriously, whether we see immediate consequences for our actions or not. Many Christians may not realize the severity of the punishment for making an idol and worshiping it. According to Exodus 20 verse 22, anyone who creates an idol and worships it is cursed. And God clearly states that he will not show mercy to such an offense. The punishment for this sin was severe, involving death by stoning. This is evident in the story of the golden calf, where about 3,000 Israelites lost their lives because of their participation in idolatry. While many Christians choose to focus on God's grace and mercy, we shouldn't ignore these stories of judgment. By doing so, we risk sending the wrong message about God's character and the consequences of sin. It's important to recognize that God is both just and merciful, and that while he desires for none to perish, sin still carries consequences. Ignoring these stories leaves us with an incomplete picture of God and the spiritual world. Embracing the whole narrative, including the harsh realities, helps us understand God's character and the importance of choosing holiness. By acknowledging the Old Testament account of God's judgment, we can gain a deeper appreciation for his mercy and the preciousness of our salvation. These stories remind us that sin is a serious matter and encourage us to turn away from evil and embrace righteousness. Let's not shy away from these difficult passages, but instead use them as opportunities to grow in our faith and understanding of God's character. And number 4, God's unexpected mercy. How this disaster led to a miracle. What happens when an entire nation turns its back on God? We find the answer in Exodus 32. After the Israelites crafted the golden calf and turned away from worshiping Yahweh, God's anger burned against them. His plan was to wipe out the entire nation, leaving Moses, the only man whom he had not formed, to carry on his mission. However, Moses intervened, pleading for mercy and reminding God of his promises to Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Deep down, we know God wouldn't go back on his word. He chose to forgive the people and not completely wipe them out, sparing their lives and showing them compassion. But here's the unexpected twist. God didn't just let them off the hook. He gave them a second chance. He showed up in the form of a pillar of cloud and fire, offering them life and leadership, guiding them through the wilderness toward the promised land. Despite their flaws, God promised to send an angel to lead them and protect them along the way. This moment marked a turning point in their journey, a testament to God's mercy and willingness to forgive. Yet it also served as a reminder of the consequences of their actions. God's anger was real, and he could have easily chosen to wipe them out. But instead, he offered them another opportunity to get it right. And there you have it, the fascinating yet cautionary tale of the golden calf, a story of human frailty, divine disappointment, and ultimately God's boundless mercy. Do you find comfort in knowing that despite our mistakes, God is always ready to forgive and guide us towards a better path? Share your thoughts below and don't forget to like and subscribe for more videos like this. Until next time.